Hi friends, we have just entered into the second training session after completion of the first training session. In the first training session, I have explained 5 core concepts. That conceptual knowledge is an essential prerequisite to implement programs. That point you have to understand. Without conceptual background, if you come for programs, you may implement programs, but you never have command over that. That's why don't ignore first training session. There are just 5 concepts. You study them thoroughly and understand, you never get any doubt. I am very sure about that. Before implementing programs, we must know something, that is understanding compiler and its functionality. Because using compiler only, we can perform programs. For every language, there is a separate compiler. That is C compiler, C++ compiler, Java compiler, Python compiler. Like that, for every language, a separate compiler is there. And if you have to work on particular language, first you have to install that compiler. Now, what is compiler? We have to understand. I don't explain technically. Now I explain in general aspect. That's why I am able to explain it very precisely. Within 10 minutes I can explain. But this knowledge is very essential for you. Otherwise, your journey will be like a blind man's walk. That point you have to understand. Okay. Before explaining about compiler, I will give you an analogy, an example. I know only English. You know only Hindi. Okay. You came here to learn programming from me. I can explain only in English, that you cannot understand. You can speak only in Hindi, that I cannot understand. Then what is the way out? Just think. If you think there is a way out, what is that? We have to appoint a translator. What are the qualities of a translator? He must know both English and Hindi. So whatever I speak, he translates and explains to Hindi. Whatever you ask, he translates back from Hindi to English. So that is the way. That is the only way. Then only I can teach and you can get benefit out of that. But one drawback is also there. What is the drawback? Suppose one concept, a set of concepts I can explain within 1 hour, 60 minutes. Because of this translation process, it may take 2 hours also. Again, first I have to explain. Thereafter you have to translate. You may ask questions. All that you know, I need not explain. Because of translation process, some inefficiency is there. Because inefficiency means it takes more time. So the translator is like a compiler. First I understand that generally. Now technically explain. Computer's language is binary. Binary means binary represent 2 elements. So what are the two? 1 and 0. Actually, you take English. English consists of 26 letters. Any Indian language, you take 50 plus letters are there. But as far as binary is concerned, computer's language 1 and 0, only 2 are there. Then you imagine how it is possible to express or to develop words and all that. For that also, for everything, one model is there. Suppose character A is there. Character A is there. How it is represented? 1, 5 zeros 1. Suppose lowercase a is there. How it is represented? 11, 4 zeros 1. Suppose 9 is there. A digit. How it is represented? 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. Like this is a one more also I explain. At symbol is there every time you use at symbol. How it is represented? 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Like that, whatever character you find on a keyboard, for every character, one unique binary code is there. Unique binary code is there. For every character, whatever you see, whatever you use on the keyboard, and many other instructions also there, like add, subtract, division. For that also, corresponding codes are there. Everything is unique. Now we see all these are distinct. For every character, every symbol, a distinct binary. This is called binary code. So, if you type A, if you type A, how it is informed, communicated to a computer? One, it is translated and informed like this. Suppose I speak in English book. What translated as? He translates in kitab. Then you can understand. Suppose you uttered kitab. Then he translate back into book and communicate to me. That is a mechanism. Simple mechanism in a general way. Technically, if I have to explain, it takes a lot of time. That's why this is not the place. That's why I am explaining it generally. Actually, now one more challenge is there. Suppose computer's language is binary. Binary. Now, if we have to learn a computer language, how you have to learn? You have to learn like this only. For every letter, for every instruction, you have to find the binary code. Is it possible? Is it possible means you may commit mistakes. For everything, you have to refer. Because one digit is different, it represents different. Instead of A, it may represent P. Instead of 9, it may represent 1. It happens. That's why, if it is the only way to learn programming language only ones and zeros, no student is interested. That is called low level language. Students are interested. That's why these programming languages are developed. In programming languages, actually English like words only we use. English like words already, you know that certain things and all that. English like words, symbols. Suppose if you have to add, we use plus only. If we have to minus, we use minus only. Division, the symbol. So, for all of them, corresponding binary code is developed. So, that's why we are able to understand, learn programming language and implement. If it is in binary code, we can almost 99.9% student never learn it. So, that's why many programming languages are developed. Then what happens? Now already talked about translator. Here, what is required? For every programming language, one translator software is required. A software, you must understand that. Translator software is required. It is one of the system software. This is called compiler. So, if you have to work on C language, C compiler you have to install. If you want to work on Java language, Java compiler you have to install. But here we are really blessed by one way. Actually, I am introducing you GDB online compiler. It is online compiler. GDB online compiler. In next video, I tell you how to install it and use simple thing. It is highly user friendly compiler, and the great advantage is it supports 20 plus popular languages. 20 plus. Suppose if you install C compiler, only C language you can implement, C language programs. If you install Java program, Java compiler, only Java programs you implement. But if you start using GDB online compiler, what is the advantage? Any 20 plus popular language support, any language you can use, and back and forth. You can whatever language. Suppose in C language you developed a program, and immediately after that you want to go for Java. You can move into that. Java to Python, Python to C, C to Java, like that. And one more advantage. Here I am providing you web series for 3 languages. If you are interested to learn 3 simultaneously separately, actually you can very easily work, and whatever the program you developed in C, if you want to transform into Python, you can do that. You can save more than 50% time. If you want to convert any Python program into Java, you can do it very easily. Same platform. You need not go here and there. You need not install different compilers, and one compiler is enough. But only one limitation is you must have internet connection. If you don't have internet connection, you cannot use that. Okay. In this manner, just to you understand the what is compiler. Without knowing that, don't move to the program. And one more thing I have to tell you: if you want to learn the functionality of a compiler technically also, I am providing you in description box. I am providing you the functionality of a compiler technically. All that I am providing links. Actually, Java procedure is somewhat different, that compiler and interpreter. Two things are there that is different. All that, whatever you want to learn more, all that I am providing you in description section, description box. Every time, whenever you watch a lecture, Just to go to description box, what information is available. You make a search. If you are a lazy person or over smart person and all that, I cannot help. If you want to learn, just a matter of 10-15 minutes, if you spend, you can enrich your knowledge. Not just learning generally, you can learn it technically, then it gives a great power of knowledge.